always want to get the teammates into the game first. And when it's time, like I said at first, they're going to see me at the end, shooting the ball.
Okay.
Folks who would see him regularly already regard him as one of the top 5 kids in Chicago.
Let's take a look at our players of the game. We are going to go with KEZO Brown.
Duke, Kansas, North Carolina would have been him.
The Inglewood area molded him into this tough, grimy kid with a great heart.
He is a phenomenal basketball player. He could do it all. So imagine people expecting you to always do that.
I will say there are often a lot of sharks in the water trying to jump onto the next star for their own interest, fame, fortune, whatever it might be.
My son was on top and then he just went to the bottom. A lot of people turned their backs on him.
And he's fighting through it. He's fighting through it, and he's not going to give up. He's a fighter.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
What's the documentary about?
It's about me, because I've been through hell and back.
What's your name again?
KEZO Brown.
Can you take a picture with my baby?
Yeah.
He in high school, right?
Yeah.
He's ready to go to college.
Oh, what school you going to?
I can see how that picture look.
Come on. Do you approve of it? Let me see.
No, because I just
Okay,
got done
let me-
eating
let me-
some.
let me take a
I just
note.
got done eating a honey bun.
That's much better.
All right.
Uncle, you got us
Yeah, that's good.
Congratulations. Much
Hey,
success.
I bet you she could outplay you.
Uh-huh.
Good luck to you.
Oh, wow. This is a lot. It's like things is happening so fast with him. With KEZO, it's just happening really quick. You know, once he went through the situation he went through, I just want him to show a lot of people, you know, don't turn your back on somebody that's had an issue.
I'm gonna be famous, Daddy.
You already know, tell me what's missing.
She already put sugar.
He gonna say there ain't enough sugar. I don't want it sweet. Don't lie cause you on camera. What is it missing? Cause you already know. Look at he's lying.
No. Maybe a little bit more seasoning salt or something. A little bit more seasoning salt. A little bit more pepper.
I want to taste. Can I taste it?
No.
There was times when I thought KEZO would get paid as a basketball player in college. He would have been top 10 in the country. Duke and Kansas was already recruiting him. That one day, when that one decision he made, he'll never be the same person again. And that's something that I got to deal with every day.
We'll start at the beginning. Tell me about that moment when you found out you were going to have a son.
First time I found out I was having a son was one of the happiest days of my life. On the ultrasound, KEZO had his left hand up on the ultrasound picture, and when I seen him, I was like, man, you see this? I'm like, this can't be real. He got his left hand up. He's going to be a hooper. You know, he got his left hand up like he was shooting.
The moment my dad found out Marquise was left-handed was probably one of the happiest days of his life, because he just knew, like, my son is gonna play basketball.
I mean, basketball, I mean, that's all I can give you. Like, basketball. That's basically all he did, you know? That's why for every Christmas he got a basketball rim.
His grandmother, Miss Johnson, rest in peace, she would call me all the time saying, that boy, he outside now shooting on the rim, shooting on the little small rim and hitting all the shots. He ain't hit like 10 in a row. He was probably like maybe 4 years old then. And from that day forward, I said, you know what, he's gonna be special. He was gonna be special.
I remember my dad telling me that Marquise sat down with him and he was just like, Dad, I wanna be great. And that's what probably stuck with him, and that's why my dad worked so hard to get my brother to the top.
He had told me he wanted to be #1. And once he said that, I said, all right, well, let's get to work. I was running them and doing all those push-ups and sit-ups and sitting them on the wall and have them going outside shooting 200 to 500 shots. The only way I knew was to go hard. So that's why I pushed him so hard.
We have a great gym. We have a bunch of kids that work out all the time, and just got him in the mix working out with us. And I'd take him to the gym with my son and they'd work out some together.
My career was great. I'm an Illinois Hall of Famer, but you know, everybody don't make it. So that's what I try to instill in KEZO.
It's kind of quiet over here, but it's kind of rough over here too. Gang members over here, gang members be out here. But they all know me and they all know what I do, and they know me and stuff like that.
KEZO was in a situation as far as where he lived. The area was very drug infested, guns and a lot of violence over there.
Gangs is around that area. A lot of his friends that went to Parker, you know, were in gangs or whatever, and it made him more tougher than I wanted him to be.
Growing up in Inglewood is something, man.
Developing this morning, a deadly drive-by shooting in West Englewood overnight.
Yet another teenager shot to death in Chicago.
Breaking news update on the 6-year-old girl shot while playing outside her home as she fights for her life.
It's rough. I mean, you can have all your dreams one day, or either all your nightmares can come true.
The victim, 18-year-old Joseph Coleman, known as Little JoJo, he was shot by a drive-by shooter while riding his bike in Inglewood.
Marquise went to Parker, like I said, with JoJo, and from being around 69th, they all became close. I used to call JoJo my son.
When my friend died, his name Lil JoJo, it started to get real hot around the hood, like around the Inglewood area.
It was time for a change. He needed something to smooth him out a little bit. And I think that's what Ariel did for him.
There's something special that I want to show you. I'm actually going to get it mounted. But I have KEZO's uniform that I'm saving, that I'm going to put in a frame. And the kids still talk about KEZO so much, and they miss him, and a lot of the teachers miss him. And he was just a wonderful student. So I told him that if he ever becomes famous, it's complete with DNA.
Oh, we didn't lose. We was fast. We got steals, we got layups, we hit threes. I mean, we was the show. We filled up high school gyms.
To watch them play was like a symphony in motion. I mean, it was art.
He was faster, and he was way more competitive. I mean, way more competitive. I mean, way more competitive than any other. Every gym we went to, KEZO was the most competitive kid in the gym. That much I guarantee you.
It put KEZO Brown on the map, him going to Ariel. It had high school coaches, AAU coaches, just people in general, just to get his name out there. And that was my dad's whole plan, get KEZO Brown's name out there.
Many people have said, and I truly believe, that that was the best elementary team ever put on a basketball court in Chicago.
Oh, he was saying Simeon from 7th grade. He was saying he was gonna go to Simeon.
Defends their city title.
They're like the kings of high school basketball here.
Everything was Simeon. Jabari Parker, Derrick Rose, Kendrick Nunn, Simeon.
When he was about 5th grade, he wanted us to paint his room blue and yellow. He had it already planned. He said, I'm going to Simeon.
I'm balling like KEZO Brown.
And we watched him play against older and bigger and stronger kids, and we were just like, there's no way this kid can be playing on a freshman or sophomore team. He has to be on the varsity. He's just too advanced, and we just thought he'd get bored.
He was always stuck on Simeon. He was always stuck on Simeon. He was always saying he was gonna be the next, Jabari, the next person to be a freshman on varsity. Nobody really thought he could do it, but he knew in his head that he could do it, and he did it.
Duke, Kansas, North Carolina. There's a lot of people came in and was very interested. A lot of people don't offer that early, but they knew that he was here.
He is a phenomenal basketball player. He could do it all. So imagine people expecting you to always do that. And that means that I can't fail. I always have to score. Now what you love almost becomes a job. That could be difficult.
There are often a lot of sharks in the water. There are often a lot of folks who are trying to jump onto the next star for their own interest, fame, fortune, whatever it might be.
For everybody to see him, even family members, just to say, man, you going to the NBA, man, you gotta take care of your family, you gotta get your family out the hood. Yes, it was a lot of pressure.
Freshman year was good. I was going to all type of camps. I was getting on. I was gonna be a McDonald's All-American.
Man, it just sent chills up my spine to see my son living out his dream and doing exactly what he wanted to do. From that point on, I said, you know what? I'll never, ever doubt him. I'll never doubt him. When Team USA first started calling, it was amazing. Chase and KEZO got the call around the same time. It made me feel very proud because I'm like, all this hard work and the things that I taught him is really showing right now.
We're here with KEZO Brown at the USA Basketball Under-16 training camp, Colorado Springs. KEZO, how is it going out here?
It's going well. Everybody competing with each other. The best of the best down here, so that's what USA about.
I mean, this draft is loaded with guys from Chicago. Why is that happening?
We work hard on both ends, defense and offense. It's just we got that mean little trying to get it. We come from nothing, so we just want to become something.
What I remember is me picking my son up from when he didn't make it. It hurt my heart. I started crying in the car because I seen it in his face. He was sad. The pictures, the uniform, the clothes, the jogging suits, the gym shoes, all of that was fine, but I was mostly hurt because I felt like why my son didn't make it.
Vegas is Vegas. I got one kid from Inglewood, that was his first time ever flying. So imagine a typical kid from the inner cities of Inglewood, KEZO enough from Inglewood too, go to Vegas. I get excited when I go to Vegas. So imagine a kid.
My freshman year in Vegas, we was on an AAU trip. KEZO, he wanted to smoke when we got to Vegas. One of our other teammates was like, well, I know we can get some weed from. Ran outside, came back in, got this big bag of weed. It shouldn't have been that big for what he said he paid for. He was like $5 or something. I didn't smoke. The whole time I was trying to convince them, just wait. We playing good. We only out here for 4 days. You can go 4 days without, smoking anything.
So we just smoke it, and then the weed kick in, and I instantly just started feeling different.
We told them that we was gonna meet them at Circus when they got done doing whatever they was doing. So we walked down to Circus. They came down to Circus, and these kids, they asked us for a picture. KEZO was like, nah, I don't take pictures. And I was like, nah, that ain't KEZO talking.
I just started feeling like everybody was after me. Everybody just plotting on me. I'm just seeing different things, how people just looking at me.
The next day when he was trying to play in the game, it wasn't clicking. He was trying to play through it.
KEZO wasn't talking to us in the huddle. He at the end of the bench while we all huddled up. We like, KEZO, come on, KEZO, come on. He was like waving us off and stuff.
I felt like a new person. I didn't know the weed was laced. My mind was toast. It was a new beginning, but it was a bad start for me.
I probably was the last adult to see him because I was walking through the casino where we were staying at the hotel. He was coming my way. I said, where you going, man? Oh, Coach told him I'm going to meet Chase and Io. I could see it right now. How he came up to me. It just hurt to see him going through it.
But when he came home, he was definitely not the same.
I got a call like between 3, 4 in the morning saying he had left the house. So me and Nina, his mom, rode down this way. When I jumped out the car, I said, man, son, what's wrong? And he took off and started running through here.
I was trying to hurry and get away from them. They were trying to get me to come back home.
Why didn't you want to go home?
What you gonna keep me out for if you want me to come back home?
But we end up taking him to the hospital ourselves.
We didn't know what was going on. Everybody saying he was having a nervous breakdown because we just felt like he was too much going on. The pressure of basketball and being compared to another athlete. So everybody was questioning me, asking me what's going on. His daddy pressured him, you pressured him. It was just so much. When I went past the hospital room, when he was in the bathroom, I heard him talking to JoJo. And my son was talking to his dead man.
I was thinking God was talking to me. I was thinking my homie JoJo was talking to me. I was thinking the devil was talking to me.
There's nothing nothing more disheartening than your kid hurting and looking like he's gonna die and there's nothing you can do about it.
So I was like kind of angry when everything kind of blew up in flames. I was angry at him. Because I was just like, you're throwing away your future, you know, people look up to you, like, why are you acting like this? You're supposed to be great, you're a role model. It's little kids that look at you.
I was questioning God. Like, why? Why him? Had everything going great for him, and then all of a sudden this. I knew it would be obstacles in the road, but I didn't know something like this that would change the whole dynamic of our family.
I didn't think he was gonna die, but I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I was scared. I prayed a lot. But when he stopped eating, yeah, I was really scared. I don't want no parent to have to ever go through this. I want to forget about this. My son was on top, and then he just went to the bottom. A lot of people turned their backs on him when they found out what was going on with him. A lot of people was there for him from the beginning, and then once they found out what was going on with him, they turned their backs on my son. They admitted him and diagnosed him with psychosis, and he's been on medication ever since.
It seems as though that if you smoke marijuana, you can become psychotic depending on what's on the marijuana. If your mind wasn't that sound in the first place, and you smoke marijuana, you can open Pandora's box and become permanently psychotic.
It was a roller coaster. You could just see a change in him. Because he was so quiet at first. You know, he really never said anything. And then he went to talking a lot. You know, and then a lot of stuff he was saying, you know, was just kind of off the wall a little bit.
At the time, I didn't understand Rob Smith's philosophy. Now looking back on it now, yeah, he was right.
Lowest point, when I had to sit out my sophomore year.
The psychiatrist he sees every 3 months because he give him medication for 4 months.
I started him off on 25 milligrams of loxapine. Helps you sleep, stop seeing, hearing things. And he was better. He was back in school. He was getting decent grades.
To see all his peers out there playing, I mean, he was like, I quit, I'm not playing anymore. I said, no, that's not for us, man. Quitting ain't for us. Stick it out, man, and fight through it. You're a fighter, man, and that's what he did. Once the Simeon season started, he was rocking and rolling by then.
He was ready to go. I mean, he was in back to KEZO, you know, back to his normal self and ready to play. He helped lead us to the city championship.
The same place where we was running through when he was going through his mental changes. We was running through Chicago State, and then for him to have his big redemption game on the biggest stage in Chicago.
I like the way Brown went after that loose ball, Jim. You saw a free basketball, he went right after.
He came here and played Morgan Park in the city championship game and had a great game.
And then he tried to get the foul after the initial block. Cleaning up the mess is KEZO Brown.
And he's been doing it the entire game. Every loose ball, it seems like Brown is there.
You know, and just to see him smile again and perform at that high level again, that it was just like, whoa, okay, now we're back and we're ready to go. So, I don't show a lot of emotions, but at the end of the game, I ran out and hugged him and just said, thank you.
That was amazing for him. The pictures that he had from that moment, I have them in my phone, like amazing, like tear jerking. Everybody, people was outside crying.
I played my hardest and won the game. I felt like I beat everybody in the world.
Yeah, we definitely expected him to be here. That was a big part of our team. And then things kind of, made another turn.
The doctor is saying, let's lower the dosage on his medicine.
Because he was getting a little sluggish, which means he was getting better.
So they lowered the dosage on his medicine to 5 milligrams. 5 milligrams, I guess, was almost like he wasn't on anything, because he just started just really tripping.
You feel me? It's real life out here in Chicago, you feel me, man? There's no games in Chicago, you feel me? It's the daily life that I live, you feel me? And the only way I quit basketball, man, because I fell out of love with it, man. I don't love it no more, but
I was getting back into the streets. Like, I was just being bad all over again. Hanging out with some gang friends, just being bad again.
I couldn't understand, why is my son wanting to act more like a gangbanger than a basketball player? No, I was pissed off, man. You have it great, man. Why are you trying to sabotage that?
The problem is that if you have mental illness, you're unpredictable. And people don't like people that are unpredictable.
I'm get tatted up too. KEZO, you don't got shit to say, bro?
Squad shit, man. That's all I gotta say.
For a little while there, I was candidly worried about his life. He was doing some things and saying some things and posting some things that came back to me that were putting him at real risk.
From him seeing these videos and seeing this music and seeing some people he know do this stuff, made him want to, start posting that stuff.
KEZO was not in the game. KEZO was on the court. KEZO played ball. KEZO was at home. KEZO was not in the game. Never have been, no.
His cousins would not allow him to do the gangbanging stuff because they know he has a future. The only gang he's a part of is the Brown family or the Johnson family. That's the only gang he's a part of.
The sacrifice for Marquise to be great was tremendous. I remember my mom and my dad were late on the rent plenty of times to get Marquise where he needed to be.
KEZO came to his dad. I'm sure Big Marquise said this to you. I want to be number one. So Big Marquise made sure he was number one.
Making t-shirts so we can have enough money, selling candy bars, raffle tickets, everything, just to make sure that he would be able to do what he needed to do.
So not knowing what was gonna happen was kind of scary. Is Marquise gonna even go to college now? Like, what's gonna happen?
So I just said, well, you know what, since you're not gonna play, let's find a way to get him in a men's league. Like I told the other guys who I put on the team, which was my brother, my cousin, and a couple other guys, I said, I'm not doing this for you guys. You already had your time. I'm doing this for him. He looked like a guy who hadn't been playing for some months. Cardio was terrible. Defense was terrible. KEZO wasn't looking like that hungry dog But for him to still be able to put that ball in the hole, even though he's shooting a lot of shots, still means a lot.
I started working out, getting back in the groove, hustling and shooting all type of threes and just playing basketball, having fun with it again.
We didn't see it then, what that was doing for him, but he have came a long way. It's a story about the man who was drowning. A helicopter came to save him, and they said, "Man, we're here to get you." And he said, "No, I'm all right. God is gonna get me." Then a man in the boat came. He said, "Hey, we're here to get you out of the lake." "I'm all right. God got me." So he ended up in heaven. He died, and he said, "God, what happened? Why you didn't get me?" He said, "I sent you a boat. I sent you a helicopter. Why you didn't take it?" So what I'm saying with that is, sometimes God give you situations, you know, and sometimes you just got to take them.
Get this JBA going down, man. We're gonna go Sunday in Chicago and Morton College. Man, let me take these glasses off, man. I'm seeing it for real now. This JBA is going down. Triple B's in effect. And Big Baller's gonna be in the building. So come on down and get this right.
The Junior Basketball League. This is a basketball league for high school players that don't want to go to college.
Well, I'll tell you this, the lowest ranked player is supposed to make $3,000 a month. The best players, $10,000 a month.
And I took him to the tryout. They wouldn't let no parents in. No one could get in but the players.
It was fun. A lot of talent was there. Everybody was hustling and going at it.
But he went down there, did well. Lonzo Ball loved him, and they only picked him and one other guy.
I was like, oh my God, God is really showing out. It was exciting, very exciting. I was right on Facebook, friends, family calling them because it's very exciting news because we needed that.
I was excited. I was pretty excited. I felt like LeVar Ball was doing something great.
I come from 69th, and a lot of people was just putting me down. So a lot of people was just saying I wouldn't graduate, I wouldn't be successful. All the stuff that I'm doing now, they said I would never do.
Wow, all that hard work, and he has a chance to be a professional athlete at 18 without playing his sophomore year, without playing his senior year, and still having this opportunity. Just let you know God is working for him. God is in his favor.
He said for me to pick the song. I got one more down to go. One to go, and I'm done. Lord Jesus. My oldest graduated from college. Marquise about to graduate from high school, and she's. Lord, I cannot wait. Jesus, I'll be done.
What was the high point in your life so far? What was the best point?
I'm happy I'm graduating. A lot of people said I couldn't graduate.
I don't think he really realized how many people know what he went through, and and they still love him.
No, he look happy.
He like he ready to go now.
I know, right? He say he is.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff all of us could have did different, myself included. This, I mean, when we're in a culture like we're in now, this is all of us. You know, that kid belongs to all of us.
You know, if I could give up my sanity for my son, I would, just so he can be himself. And he's fighting through it. He's fighting through it, and he's not going to give up.
He's got such a good heart, and I think he'll push through. You know, nothing is ever easy.
This experience that he's getting ready to go through, the conversation should be what is going on now. It should not be, now go to the NBA. Don't launch him, don't put him out there. If that's to be, it will be.
KEZO is the first pro in 2018. I don't think people look at it like that. That's how I look at it. I try to find the positives in everything. KEZO is the first professional athlete of the class of 2018. So before Marvin Bagley, before Bobo, before Zion Williamson, KEZO Brown is the first pro.
He brings good energy and spirit to my family. When you go to those games and it's all of us and you got 2 hours to sit and watch some guys run up and down the court, but you watch him do what he does, it's like magic. It's literally like magic.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another game. I'm excited about tonight. We've got a matchup for the ages. The Houston Ballers taking on the Chicago Ballers in this historic sports city, Chicago, Illinois. What more could you ask for? When you talk to anybody from the Chicago team, whether it be a coach, whether it be a player, you ask them, how do you feel about your team? What do you want to be known for? And it's toughness. You go down to their players, KEZO Brown, tough kid, Inglewood, Chicago, Illinois, putting on for that neighborhood. They need KEZO to be the head of this aggressive that the Chicago team is planning to play with. KEZO Brown in attack mode, pushing it up.
KEZO has some fans in the crowd here in the Chi-Town.
KEZO, nice pump fake, able to get in the lane, finishing off the glass. He's got some touch on that basketball that's next level.
And what is your team going to have to do to keep this momentum going in the second half to come out with the victory?
Just stay consistent. We got to stay consistent and hold defense, and then get rebounds and stop KEZO. That's it.
Ooh. KEZO is smoking hot right now. KEZO
We
is
have not had a 50-point performance so far in the JBA. KEZO Brown is trying to make sure he is that first person to get that mark.
KEZO Brown.
KEZO Brown.
Chicago definitely feeding off of this crowd right now. Who every time KEZO touches the ball, they go crazy.
Oh my God, to have all the family, close friends here. This game now means everything to me. I want to cry.
And the MVP chance of starting here in Chicago for KEZO Brown. The city came out for Chicago's own KEZO Brown. Southside told us to shout out Inglewood.
Shout out Inglewood.
Chicago has done it. And there you have it, folks. This one is in the books. Chicago with the virtual upset of these Houston Ballers.
We are here with the winning coach of the Chicago Ballers, Mr. Eddie Denard. Coach, tell me what it was like getting that first win.
KEZO just put us on his back today, and he put on a show for his city. He showed that KEZO Brown is back.
KEZO played like he's supposed to play, like a superstar. That guy's a superstar, man. Hey, it's good for our league to have a star step up. I just like to see the look on guys' faces who gave up, who thought they didn't have another opportunity, just to feel that they got that passion for that game to play to that crowd. And it was good to see KEZO do that.
I'm so happy right now, man.